Today we've got some more updates regarding Tropical Storm Ernesto. We're going to talk about an update that MSC has regarding Greenland. We're also going to go over the email that maybe you got today from Princess regarding a promo that they are just running from today through August 15th. I feel like I need to give you a little bit of information about that. And then I've been thinking an awful lot about what Princess is doing with the Sanctuary, and I want to kind of compare it to what some of the other large cruise lines are doing with that same idea of having kind of a ship within a ship. So today we're going to talk about the Sanctuary and talk about the Haven on Norwegian. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Tuesday, it is August 13th of 2024, and I want to start at the very top with the updates that we have got from it's not hurricane yet, from Tropical Storm Ernesto. So yesterday I let you know that already Carnival, one of their ships, had announced what their itinerary changes were going to be, and today with the path that Tropical Storm Ernesto is taking, we've got more cruise lines that are making changes. So Royal Caribbean's Icon of the Seas was due to do an Eastern Caribbean sailing this week, and they have changed that entirely, so they are going to be doing a Western Caribbean. The exact same thing is happening with Norwegian's Breakaway. The Breakaway was also going to be doing an Eastern Caribbean. They are now going to be doing a Western Caribbean. So I would guess that the ports there that are very popular in the Western Caribbean are going to be even more crowded than usual this week because they have the regularly scheduled ships to come, and they are going to have some extra ships in port. They talk about going to Roatan, Honduras, Costa Maya, Cozumel, down in Harvest Key and Belize, also for Norwegian's Breakaway, and then of course Royal Caribbean ships will be going to Perfect Day at Coco Cay, several of them. They talk about that. So I also wanted to let you know that Rhapsody of the Sea, which is a Royal Caribbean ship, they are kind of changing their itinerary a little bit because they feel like some of the ports they can't go on a certain day, so they're going to rearrange. So they were going to call in St. Thomas in the U.S. Virgin Islands yesterday on the 12th, and instead they are going to go on August 17th, and then they were also going to be stopping in St. Martin today, and instead they are going to go there on the 16th. So we will keep you all up to date with what's going on with Tropical Storm Ernesto, but that's what I've got officially thus far. Now, I don't know how many of you, I think it's really hit and miss how I get Princess emails. So I thought I would let you know that I received one, and the subject line said, "How does a room upgrade sound?" And so it is a promo that Princess is running that runs starting today, the 13th, just through the 15th. And on it, it says, 3 days only, free room upgrade up to 50% off, and the third and fourth guests go for free, and you get the $99 deposit. As you read the fine print, though, I want you to be very much aware that it applies to certain cruises on a limited availability, and so just be aware that when you see headlines like that, it doesn't mean that you're going to get it on all of the cruises. Another really important thing to know about how they do their upgrades is it's not like you're going from an interior to an ocean view or an ocean view to a balcony, nothing like that. It's upgrades within the categories of like an interior. So instead of being in an interior that would be considered a less expensive interior, for example, you would be in a more expensive area of the interiors, okay? Usually, if you're not familiar with this, usually the midship costs the very most, and then mid-forward and mid-aft are next as far as a little bit less expensive than midship is, and then forward is usually the least expensive, and aft is pretty close to forward. But usually forward is a little bit less expensive, and that's just simply because you feel much more movement in the forward part of the ship. Gordon and I have sailed in the forward part of the ship, really forward before, and even when you're not in rough seas, you just gently feel the ship going up and down. So if that bothers you, you know that you won't want to be in the forward section of the ship. We've also sailed aft a lot, and I don't feel like we feel a lot of movement back there. You're probably going to feel a little more movement there than you are midship, but I always think that aft and mid-aft are the sweet spots on the ship because they cost a little bit less, but they're fantastic places to cruise. Anyway, just wanted to let you know about that. So if you're looking to book a new cruise, so if you've already got a cruise booked, you're going to have to, if you want to take advantage, you look it up, you're going to have to cancel the cruise you have and rebook a new cruise. You can't apply this to a booking that you already have in place. Alrighty. If you got questions about that, pop it down there in the comments. Let me know what you think about it. Also in that email, it listed, different regions of the world. If you are interested in a cruise to Hawaii or the Mediterranean, Alaska, wherever, you can click on that and go from there to look at what cruise you would like to go on. Now, we've been talking about Greenland a little bit here lately because earlier in the season, we were hearing of cruise ships that were not able to make their port calls in Greenland due to the winds and the ice, and things have gotten a lot better in the month of August. But today MSC has announced that they are going to cancel their Greenland sailing that was due next year to sail on June 28th or 29th, depending which port you were going to embark from. They are canceling that sailing June 28th or 29th, 2025 on the MSC Posia, and they are just saying it's because of operational changes. They didn't say that it was due to technical changes. They didn't say why. They just said that due to operational changes. So when you look at the itineraries, there are shorter voyages to some of the destinations there in Scandinavia that are available on the MSC Posia, but that one from Greenland is canceled. And if guests want to be able to move over to another sailing, they just want to take the money they've got already on that sailing, move over to another one, they can do that without any change fees. And but there's not any other things in the package for it. They're not giving any, onboard credit, no perks for having been booked on a cruise that was canceled. I get both sides of it. Of course, we always like perks. On the other hand, it's about a year out that they're letting people know it's not a last-minute cancellation. So tell me if you happen to be booked on that MSC Posia cruise to go to Greenland, and also let me know if you are booked on a cruise to Greenland. I feel like Greenland is a little bit of the new it place with cruising because it seems like it's opening up more and more there. I do want to tell you, though, the Emerald Princess finally left. She left, I think, at 5:20 from Boston yesterday evening, and so she is on her way to Greenland, and I'm going to be anxiously following that cruise. I'm really excited for it, and I'm really happy for everyone who gets to be on that ship right now. Now, before I talk to you all about Princess's Sanctuary and Royal Caribbean's Haven, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, will you please do so? We are trying so hard to get to 25,000 subscribers before we get on that beautiful Enchanted Princess on August 31st. And we're getting closer and closer, but we would sure appreciate your support. And we appreciate seeing you here every day and you giving your voice to the conversation. Also, if you appreciate my updates, will you please give this video a thumbs up? Thanks so very much. So let's talk for just a minute here about really this trend that we are seeing in cruising. Cruising has come an awful long way, and I know that there are so many of you who are here with us who have cruised for so much longer than Gordon and I have. And we just celebrated 10 years since our very first cruise. And even in that short amount of time, truly, we have seen a lot of changes in cruising overall in general. The experience that you have on board is to a large extent very similar, but there are some real differences in it. And it seems like not only are there differences in some of the entertainment, in some of the onboard services, there's differences in a lot of differences, I feel like, in dining options. And one of the things that is such a trend is having that whole ship within a ship concept. So that ship within a ship concept, the bottom line is that guests pay to be part of a very unique collection of cabins. And so on Norwegian, we have the Haven. And the Haven has everything from what they call the penthouse balconies, which are the entry level to that whole Haven experience, clear up to fancy suites. And so you can kind of book what you want to book based on, truly, I would think, the experience you want, how much space you want, how much you want to spend on your cruise. But a lot of it comes with that whole very unique experience that you can stay in that area of the ship if you want to basically stay in that very exclusive area of the ship. Other guests who are not booked in the Haven area, haven't booked one of those cabins, can't come and enjoy the pool that you're enjoying. They can't enjoy your restaurant. And so I thought I would tell you some of the things that go with that and talk to you about Princesses. Now, as we do this, Gordon's going to show you some of the website information. So when I went and looked at Norwegians, they've just got, as Gordon's showing us, the different kinds of cabins listed with some photos of them. And when I went over to Princess's website to get that same information, they have this fabulous video. I just love it. It's got kind of all the things that make me excited about going on a cruise. So I don't work for Princess, but I'm going to show it to you because it's beautiful. So to me, when I look at the two cabins, the kinds of cabins, they're similar. I feel like the penthouse balcony cabins on Norwegian with the Haven there are larger cabins than what you're going to get with the balconies that are included in the Sanctuary Collection on Princess. I'm going to tell you, Princess has not released their Caribbean for 2026 yet, but Norwegian has. And so I was going through comparing pricing and so I decided to just choose March 2025 because we can follow Caribbean cruises there on Norwegian that have the Haven that is very comparable in size of ship to the Star Princess. And so as I did that, booking the penthouse balcony in the Haven and booking the balcony that comes with the Sanctuary Collection, it's cheaper to go on the Sanctuary Collection. And I think, except for one thing or two, well, you could roll it into two, I think that what Princess offers is a richer package. I'm going to tell you that as we go through. So when you book with the Haven, you get to have a concierge. Even before you get on board the ship, you get to have a phone number. They're going to call you and they're going to say, what can we do to take good care of you? And they'll help you book if you want reservations for a certain show while you're on board, if you want dining in a certain restaurant or anything, whatever it is that you would like to do. You want to plan a birthday party for whoever you're traveling with. Whatever it is that you want, they're going to help you do that. And then once you get on board, you are going to meet your butler and you're going to have 24-hour butler service. And that's for all of the Haven, no matter which level of cabin that you book. They even have a phone that you can keep with you on the ship and call your butler and say what you want. Okay, so they're going to take really good care of you. That is the thing that's missing from the Sanctuary Collection. They don't have that. They don't have a butler for you. They don't have somebody calling you before you get on board. If anybody has had anyone call them, let me know, but that's not what they talk about in their package at all. So to me, if you like that kind of service that you can call somebody and ask for what you want, to me, that's, something that you might want to consider the Haven. On the other hand, though, when I have been on Princess, there are usually, especially when I've been in the Sanctuary, there are people galore to take care of whatever I want. And I can only imagine that will be even more so now that they've got that Sanctuary Collection that they're going to do. So I think you're not going to have any shortage of people to take good care of you and do whatever you would like. And I am sure that you would be able to ask for whatever dining reservation you wanted or whatever. So just putting that out there. Now, a comparison that we've got is on the Haven. In the Haven, it includes Norwegian's Free at Sea. So you get your beverage package, your specialty dining package, you get your shore excursion credit, and you get 250 minutes of Wi-Fi. On Norwegian, if you want more Wi-Fi than that, you're going to have to pay for it. On Princess, though, they've got their I think it's remarkable, their premier package, which is a much richer package than the Free at Sea is. And so to me, that is where, while maybe Norwegian wins with giving you a phone on board to call your butler and somebody calling you before you get on board the ship, Princess's package beats Norwegian's package, okay? And then another thing, you each get to have your, like on Princess, you're going to have that Sanctuary dining room. On Norwegian, you've got that Haven dining room only for those guests, so I think that's pretty much the same. On Princess, you've got the Sanctuary, that lounge that they have got where it's going to be a beautiful place to relax, have a drink, have coffee. Sounds like they're going to have hors d'oeuvre kinds of food there. To me, the two are quite equal, except for not all of the ships on Norwegian have like a lounge. On the Bliss and the Joy, they've got the observation lounge that's supposed to be just absolutely beautiful. But as far as a separate lounge go, not all the Norwegian ships have that, okay? The other thing that's really important to talk about is the actual area of the ship that you have access to. So on Norwegian with the Haven, you've got the area with the pool. They've got lots of jacuzzis, loungers, everything that you kind of think of with the Princess Sanctuary. They've got that same thing over on Norwegian. The sanctuary area that is on the Sun Princess is truly beautiful. It's really, really beautiful. I've had the pleasure of being there, as well as enjoying the bar that they've got at the back that they talk about. And so between the two, just looking at photos, having been on the Sun Princess, looking at photos and videos that I have seen about the retreat, I think Princesses looks pretty. That's the funny part of me to say that, but they both, to me, I think you're going to have very similar experiences. I don't think really truly one outweighs the other one. The only thing, Princesses mentioned that they are going to have activities at certain points in that sanctuary area, and I don't think the whole area. So if you're relaxing there, it's not like you're going to be like, well, I've got to get up and go now, because they're going to make a bunch of noise. But I believe like in the morning they're going to have yoga and some other just little special events here and there to make it such a lovely experience. And I could not find anything on Norwegian doing that in the Haven. So if you have sailed in the Haven, let us know about that. So you know what, thinking about all of this, it's really not in my nature to book a Sanctuary Collection cabin, but I think maybe at some point I might do that so that I can tell you all about it. And so I'll let you know if we decide to do that at some point. But I thought it might really help you kind of weigh things out, because I know that we have a lot of people here that like to cruise lots of different cruise lines. Many of you come to hear about Princess, but Norwegian is great. Royal Caribbean is wonderful. There's all of these different experiences that you have on all the different cruise ships. Sometimes it depends on who you're sailing with, which cruise line you want to take. Sometimes if one of them has a terrific deal on at the time and you figure, well, I can go, I may as well go. And so off you go. And then sometimes you book a cruise that's really special to celebrate something, and you want to make sure that you get everything just perfect for that. And so I just wanted you to have a little bit to think about in mind. Let me know what questions that you've got about the sanctuary or about the Haven. I'm happy to answer them, go over things a little bit more in depth if you want to. I feel like there's some other of these ship within a ship things that I need to talk about. Definitely the retreat. I have Let's Go family member that's going to come with us on our cruise on the Celebrity Silhouette to Greece and Turkey in October. They are in the retreat, and they have already been called by Celebrity a couple of times, asking what they can do, everything to help them plan to just do whatever it is that they want to make sure that their voyage is a dream come true. So there's a lot going on out there with service, and I feel like I feel like I should put this out there. I know sometimes when we talk about this ship within a ship experience, some people say, oh, it's a class system on the ship. You know what? I don't think so. It's because you pay for what it is that you want, and the same thing happens in everything else we do in life. We choose where we're going to eat dinner one evening because of what we want. And there are nicer restaurants, there are less nicer restaurants than where we choose. The same thing when you go to a hotel, you choose what you want. You not only choose your hotel, you choose what kind of room you want there. So I really feel like this is just choosing the experience that you want while you're on board the ship, and then you pay for it. I love that one of our Let's Go family members, clear back when we first started our channel, and somebody had said something like that. She said, don't you think that? She said, I work really hard all year long. I take care of my parents. I have a super busy job, and I save my money for a year to go on a cruise for 2 weeks. Once a year I can get away. And so I save up so that I can have the very best experience. And the rest of the year, I scrimp and save to be able to do that. And so I think it's really important to remember that we're all in different places for different reasons. And there's nothing wrong with any of them, and they're all good. And we should be happy together. So thanks for joining me here today. I look forward to reading your comments, and I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.